How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So on this video, we're just going to be talking about the new launch X431 2.0, which is on the left side here. This is the original X431. I guess we'll call it the 1.0. And we're just going to be talking about key differences here. And I'm not going to go into great detail of showing you on an actual vehicle. I already have a full video like that on this one, and basically everything does apply to this one here. I will have a series of shorts using the new unit, so make sure you do follow the channel, and like that you won't miss any of those videos on how to do anything in particular. If you have any suggestions or any questions, I'll be more than happy to do a tutorial video on that specific test or programming or whatever the case may be that you may need, and I'll be glad to make a video for that particular request if it is capable of doing it. So just make sure you give me a little bit of time to work on those, but I will be taking special requests on how to do those. And like I said, I already have a couple on how to do those things on this one, and kind of everything is basically the same on that one. But again, let's talk about the key differences here. So on the X431, the original, obviously the major difference here is the layout. So this is more of a vertical or portrait layout, and then this one here more of a horizontal or a landscape type of layout. And that would be the major difference right off the bat here. They're both still touchscreen and everything like that. This one is battery powered, so we could use this switch, this button right over here to turn it on, which is nice because, and we can see we have action right away. This one here does not turn on that way. Now we can give it some power down in here if needed, but it does not have a dedicated power button, and you can't really use it remotely like this without being connected to a power source of some sort, being either an outlet or a vehicle itself. So that is something that is very nice on here. So as you can see here, we do have an update. I updated recently, maybe like a day or two ago, and it seems that there is another update, and they're constantly being updated, which is nice. So I don't have it connected to my internet here at home, although it is connected to the internet at my job, which is where I usually do everything. I just brought it home to do this video in particular. So a couple of key differences. So this one does have a 3000 milliamp hour battery. So I charged it probably maybe a week ago or so, and we can still see it's at 97%. So the battery life is excellent on this. This one is Android 8.1, and then this one right here is Android 5.0. So another thing that's nice about this one here is when you connect it to a vehicle, it starts to do the auto VIN if you choose to do that way. I like to go into a diagnosis here and just go that way, connect to the car. On here, you can also do the auto detect, but what's different between this one and this one is this one will automatically do it, and this one won't do it. You have to kind of select that. So just something a little bit different, I guess, in the software about them. But other than that, everything else is relatively the same. This one does have a detachable dongle, which is not a huge deal breaker or deal maker in my opinion. It's just nice if you want to store it away. You could take this out without putting any extra pressure on a cable here, which is nice. This one, you don't have that option. So if you want to store away in a pouch of some sort, there's always going to be some tension here and some pressure on it. So nothing major here, just small little details like that. That could be something that you may like one way or another. The biggest difference here on this one, in my opinion, is having the power feature here, which is great. And then reading live data. This makes it a little bit easier. You can see a little bit more information, being that it's a horizontal display versus this one where the screen kind of gets a little bit smaller. So that is one positive for this one, and probably the biggest difference in my opinion. Something the most will be most beneficial as far as that goes. So price differences. This one is about $169. Can be had $30 to $40 off at times. And then this one is $189, and there can be a coupon applied for $30 as well. I'll have links to both of them in the description section of this video if you're interested, and you know, use those links to order these scan tools for you. So let's talk about some of the stuffs that they do, and I've personally tried myself. And once again, I'll take a special request if you want to see a tutorial on a specific procedure. If you buy the tool, you can't figure it out, I'll be more than happy to do that for you, and everybody could benefit from those videos. So it can obviously read and clear DTCs, and we're talking about both of them here of these features. So both can read and clear DTCs. They both can do live data, up to 4 items in one shot on the screen, which is great. They can both program keys. Now, I've had some issues programming the latest generation Hondas, so the newest Accords, Civics, CRVs, etc. So something hopefully that they can you know, fix in the future, and a future update would be great. So seat weight sensor initialization works great, flawlessly. Steering wheel sensor on the 10th generation Accords, it is a major pain to program using the Honda scan tool. This makes it an absolute breeze. Just for that reason alone, I'd be buying this tool if you told me it did that. If you're a fellow Honda technician, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, and this makes it so much easier. It's incredibly worth the money just for that reason alone. So moving on, obviously does some bi-directional functions. It does a evap test. It takes a little bit of while, but even with the HDS, it does that as well. But it does do the evap test. Now, one of the questions in previous videos was that does it do Honda sensing aiming? It does not do that. That's something for a lot more higher end scan tool, but will read and clear those codes if needed. Also has a live misfire counter, which I use all the times, specifically after fixing a certain issue with misfires. I'll use it all the time for that. It could also program and clear and reset throttle bodies, which is great. I use that all the time after cleaning them. Also does a CKP clearing, which is a crank position clearing, and it gives you instruction on how to do a manual relearn. So it doesn't do the relearn, but it will do the clear for you. Another great feature is it puts the rear brake pads into maintenance mode, which is great. So you can exchange the pads without damaging anything. There's a lot of ways to do that stuff, but this is the safest way to do it. You have no harm. You won't damage anything. It's, again, for that reason alone, I'd buy the scan tool just for that. So a couple of key items here that I'll buy the scan tool, no questions asked, just because of the simple features and a simple way, and just makes it so much easier for me to do my job. It's just so much faster that it's absolutely worth the money, in my opinion. And as a homeowner, a DIYer, you know, a tech, whatever, a mobile mechanic, whatever, this fits so many different people that it's awesome. And it does not do TPMS systems, but again, they're kind of going away from that anyways, going to sometimes an indirect system, so sometimes a relearning a TPMS system. So not a deal breaker. We don't really deal with too many TPMS things anyway, so that really doesn't bother me. But yeah, also obviously it's Wi-Fi ready, so you could you know, hook up to your home internet, your work internet, whatever, print right from the unit. You could email from the unit. You could Google some codes and stuff from the unit. Awesome, awesome, awesome for the price. If you are a Honda or Acura owner, this is a must-have, especially if you're a DIY guy or you work in a shop like I mentioned already. Definitely worth every single penny. So I'm gonna wrap the video here, guys. Again, if you have any suggestions on any tutorials, any questions, make sure you drop a comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to do either a short or a longer form video to, you know, kind of explain and go over things on how you would perform X, Y, and Z services. So that being said, I'll catch everyone on the next one.